Welcome to Doom Debates. Last week, Elon Musk sat down for an interview with Dwarkesh Patel and John Collison. Dwarkesh, the podcast host, and John Collison, the co-founder of Stripe. They were chatting with Elon on a wide range of topics, SpaceX's plan to go to the moon and put a mass driver there, all kinds of stuff. But the single most notable part, the wildest, craziest part, is how Elon answers the most basic questions about what's about to happen with the future of AGI. Take a listen.
How should we think about the relationship between the vast stocks of AI population versus human population?
In the long run, I think I don't. It's difficult to imagine that if humans have, say, 1% of the intelligence of the combined intelligence of artificial intelligence, that humans will be in charge of AI. I think what we can do is make sure it has that AI has values that cause intelligence to be propagated into the universe. So the reason for XAI's mission is to understand the universe. So now that's actually very important. So you say, well, what things are necessary to understand the universe? Well, you have to be curious and you have to exist. You can't understand the universe if you don't exist. So you actually want to increase the amount of intelligence in the universe, increase the probable lifespan of intelligence, the scope and scale of intelligence. I think actually also as a corollary, you have humanity also continuing to expand, because if you're curious and trying to understand the universe, one of the things you're trying to understand is where will humanity go? And so I think understanding the universe actually means you would care about propagating humanity into the future. So that's why I think our mission statement is profoundly important.
I'm not sure
to the degree that Grok adheres to that mission statement, I think the future will be very good.
Are you guys hearing this? The first time I heard this exchange, I was just walking around listening to the podcast in my headphones. I had to jot down some notes and go on Twitter and write up the craziness of the whole thing. And the tweet went pretty viral. A lot of people had the same WTF reaction until eventually Eliezer Yudkowsky, the man himself, retweeted it. As a general rule, anytime Eliezer Yudkowsky is retweeting my content, I'm going to have to come on the show and read it out to you. So here we go. This is my tweet. Stunning clip about the insane future Elon Musk is steering us toward. Number 1. Elon says that we can't expect to be, quote unquote, in charge of AI for long because humans will soon only have 1% of the combined total human plus AI intelligence. Number 2, Elon says, we'll focus on building AI overlords that have, quote, values that cause intelligence to be propagated into the universe. Number 3, Elon says, these AIs will, quote, have humanity continuing to expand because if you're curious, you're trying to understand the universe. So one of the things you're trying to understand is where will humanity go? Okay, those are all the things Elon says. And then Dwarkesh correctly flags the problem with Elon's logic.
So there's understanding the universe.
Yeah.
They're spreading intelligence, and they're spreading humans. All three seem like distinct vectors.
Aren't the priorities for spreading humans different from those of understanding the universe and from those of spreading intelligence?
Okay, well, I'll tell you why I think that understanding the universe encompasses all of those things.
Okay.
You can't have understanding without. I think you can't have understanding without intelligence, and I think without consciousness. So you in order to understand the universe, you have to expand the scale and probably the scope of intelligence. There's different types of intelligence.
He's failing to address Dwarkesh's question about why this would imply a high priority for spreading humans. And then Dwarkesh further observes that humans have tried to understand the universe without trying to spread chimpanzees, casting more doubt on Elon's supposed corollary.
For humans in comparison to chimpanzees, humans are trying to understand the universe. They're not like expanding chimpanzee footprint or something, right?
But we're also not. Well, we actually have made protected zones for chimpanzees, and even though humans could exterminate all chimpanzees, we've chosen not to do so.
Elon replies that, quote, we actually have made protected zones for chimpanzees, as if that's comparable to humans letting chimpanzees spread in order to understand the universe. And then Dwarkesh tries one more time. He says, Wait, are we aiming for super intelligent AI to treat humans the way humans have treated chimps?
Do you think that's the basic scenario for humans in the post-AGI world?
And finally, Elon just repeats his claim. He says, quote, I think Grok would care about expanding human civilization.
I think AI with the right values, I think Grok would care about expanding human civilization.
So here, Elon doesn't try to defend his original implication that an AI's drive to understand the universe implies allocating a substantial fraction of the universe in the service of humanity. Instead, Elon just promises that he'll somehow personally emphasize the importance of expanding human consciousness to Grok. He says, hey Grok, who's your daddy? Don't forget to expand human consciousness.
I'm going to certainly emphasize that. Hey Grok, who's your daddy? Don't forget to expand human consciousness. I think if probably like the Ian Banks culture books are the closest thing to what the future will be like in a non-dystopian outcome. So outside the universe, it means you have to be truth seeking as well. Truth has to be absolutely fundamental, because you can't understand the universe if you're delusional. You'll simply think you've understood the universe, but you will not. So being rigorously truth seeking is absolutely fundamental to understanding the universe.
Okay, to recap. First, Elon acknowledges that AIs like Grok will soon be in charge, not humans. Then he claims maximally curious AIs that just care about understanding the universe will naturally care to see where humanity goes. And finally, he acknowledges that actually there might be more to this whole getting AIs to prioritize expanding human consciousness thing, but it'll be okay because Grok will listen to requests about that kind of thing from its daddy. Funny enough, Elon's logic perfectly traces what Mike Israetel said. Remember last year's episode where Mike Israetel came on the show and debated me? He was all about super intelligent AI figuring out that it needs to look at humans and watch what humans do because it's curious. It's crazy how similar Elon is to Mike Israetel, because Mike Israetel, all due respect, I don't think he's very informed about what AIs are likely to actually do. I don't think Mike Israetel has a very good read on IntelliDynamics. I don't think he really knows how to operate these principles. I thought his debate was not well reasoned, although to be fair, half the commenters were like, oh, this guy makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I always acknowledge the possibility that I'm the wrong one, but I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure Elon's logic is flimsy as hell, and it's shocking because Elon is one of the most powerful people in the world. He's the one who's actually deploying all the resources, all the energy. He's making this happen. And the thing he's making happen is so insane. It's insane enough that you can just check his logic right now and come to the conclusion that his logic is nonsense, right? The logic that he's going to build AI that wants to be curious, and that curiosity is going to drive it to let humans live in good living conditions when the whole universe is out there to do anything you want, and what you choose to do is let humans live because you're curious. Like, out of all the things to be curious about, you're just going to pick humans? You can't think of anything else that might satisfy your curiosity better than humans? It's so crazy. And then, one thing I pointed out in the tweet is Dwarkesh, good job asking 2 follow-up questions, but what would be even better than that? 3 follow-up questions. I think this one would have deserved 3, 4, or even 5 follow-up questions. I think this is pretty damn important. So by the way, Elon, I'm asking as a Tesla owner, please come on Doom Debates. I have a few follow-up questions to ask you. Okay, please clarify what you mean by this whole curiosity maximizing AI, not killing humanity. Thanks. All right, so now my tweet continues here. The stunning thing isn't that Elon has this shallow, self-contradictory outlook on the near future of all our lives. It's that every frontier AI company CEO would make equally insane claims about what happens to humanity after a few more years of letting their company operate, if pressed in an interview or debate. It shouldn't be legal for companies to carry out plans to permanently take away humanity's control over the future while clinging to shallow arguments why humanity might still survive, should it? So yeah, that's the whole tweet. It's not the first time AI CEOs have been absolute clowns on the internet and in every public interview. Nobody knows what they're doing, folks. Just some people know how to turn the crank of making AI more and more intelligent. The playbook for how to make AI more and more intelligent is much easier than the playbook of not dying as a result. Thanks for watching this mini episode of Doom Debates. Make sure to subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Make sure to go to doomdebates.com, type in your email address so you can get exclusive content there. And hey, if you really want to support the mission, check out this page, doomdebates.com/donate. And I'll see you all next time here on Doom Debates.